Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Legends of Tomorrow Season 6 review series. And today I am going to be talking about Episode 9, This Is Gus, which I have just finished watching. And this episode, apart from Mick Rory's daughter announcing to him that she's pregnant and his whole reaction and dealing with the news and the original Zari making a cameo appearance, this episode didn't really have a lot going for it. I thought this was pretty weak and very typical of the silliness that Legends of Tomorrow has now become known for. And this episode will not go down as one of the best episodes of the show. I didn't think this episode was that strong. I would probably say this was average. So it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst either. It was just average. So with that all said, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about episode 9, This Is Gus. So this episode starts off with Birad running late, and it's also his birthday. He hurries up to the team meeting, but the team doesn't seem to realise that it is his birthday today. They both all head off to Vancouver, British Columbia, to deal with an alien. Elsewhere on the ship, Mick gets a call from his daughter Lita, who needs to speak with him right away, and he gets her onto the ship and she announces to her dad that she's pregnant. Mick, of course, in typical Mick Rory fashion, doesn't handle the news very well, but it turns out that Lita has been trying to reach him for over a year, although Mick is quite surprised at this news. In the near future in Vancouver, the team is looking for the alien, and it turns out they have arrived at the taping for a TV show called Bugden, Birad's favourite television show. He thinks the mission is fake and is really a surprise for him. The team decide to go along with it, and Birad tells him how much the show meant to him as a kid. Meanwhile, Spooner and Sarah track the pod, and Spooner tries to prevent the pod from arriving, and instead knocks it off its path. It ends up crashing onto the set. An adorable pink alien emerges. Birad figures out that the mission is in fact real. Zari, Birad, Nate and Astra try to lure the alien away from the set, but are thwarted by the showrunner, who convinces the show star to let them use the alien as the new star of the show, much to the actual star's dismay. Astra and Birad work together to look for the alien and come across the star banging his head on the wall of the writer's room. They pretend to be bringing coffee for him and listen in on the plans for how they want to plot things in. They were unable to locate the alien, but Sarah and Spooner find it over at Craft Services. Astra picks it up, but the alien is unhappy about it and suddenly emits a high-pitched screech. The showrunner comes to collect the alien. On the Wave Rider, Ava tries to patch things up between Lita and Mick. In the time Mick's been gone from her life, Lita has become very feminist and independent. Oh boy. Eventually, Mick has to help her open a jar of pickles, and it prompts the two of them to have a heart-to-heart and talk about things. The team gets together on the Wave Rider to come up with a new plan. However, when Birad shows up, he looks and behaves a bit differently, with better hair. He nicknames the alien Gus Gus. Gary explains that the alien is attached to the showrunner, and they also realise that the change in the timeline is impacting Birad and changing his whole personality. The plan is to get Zari as a guest star on the show so they can get the alien. Unfortunately, Zari isn't what they are looking for, but Nate is hired for the role instead. Birad goes to speak to the show star, trying to convince him not to sell out, telling him that seeing on television was very transformative for him. He gets through, and the star goes to confront his brother. When his brother isn't swayed, he decides to quit the show. On the Wave Rider, Ava chats with Lita and tells her that Mick has come round to Nico, the baby's father. Sarah, however, realises what's actually happening and is that Mick is planning to go and kill Nico. Oh boy. The ladies and Gary arrive to find the two men talking, and it turns out that Mick has come round to the idea of Lita being pregnant. It's also revealed that Mick had sex with Kayla, the alien. Lita and then Sarah realise that Mick has been acting very strange. On the set, Zari and Astra discover that Birad has dramatically changed in a very short period of time, going full suit and wearing ties, and cuts his hair very short, and that they are now part of the puppeteer union. The showrunner owns up to being an alien, but Birad seems to side with the showrunner, having now decided to become a business-minded sellout. Oh no. The changes are so significant that the totems disappear and the legends haul him back onto the Wave Rider. They will now have to act fast to save him and their timeline. Zari goes to speak with the showrunner, telling him the importance his brother had, and she also encourages him not to let things stay as they are with his brother. Astra tracks down the star and tells him to go back and take the show over, but he takes off in a golf cart and Astra gives chase after him. During the filming, though, Nate goes rogue and goes off script pretending to be an alien hunter. The alien bites Nate and the show star crashes onto the set, and Nate catches the baby alien before he can scream. Nate gives him a weedy gum which calms him down, and the star plays it off like it was all part of the script, and the episode ends up being a surprise hit. Birad is restored to normal and they throw him a surprise birthday party on the Wave Rider, while Zari offers a voiceover, but it turns out that she's talking to the original Zari, and the two Zaris talk about their brother. Zari 2.0 tells Zari 1.0 that she should go to the birthday party and also stay out there just for a few weeks. Seems there is a loophole that will allow her to return at least for a little while. The original Zari shows up at the party and gets to hug her brother as well as spend time with Nate. The team catches up on all her major developments, but before Mick can take a drink, Gary reveals that Mick is also pregnant. It seems that Kayla the alien implanted alien eggs inside him when they were getting it on, and that's how episode 9 ends, and that wraps up my review. Overall, as I said, this episode wasn't the best, kind of a hit and miss for me. The only good thing about this episode was Mick Rory's reaction to his daughter Lita being pregnant and also meeting the father of the child. That was probably the only good thing about this episode, and the original Zari showing up at the end for Birad's surprise birthday party. But other than that, this episode didn't do it for me and didn't have a lot going for it. But hopefully episode 10 will be a lot better, especially learning now that Mick is actually pregnant with an alien. Ugh. So that's going to be it for me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What did you think of episode 9? Did you enjoy it? What was your thoughts on Mick's daughter being pregnant? And also, what was your reaction to Kayla the alien impregnating Mick with alien eggs? Do you think there could be a surprise twist to this, and do you think we'll learn more about how Mick's going to deal with this revelation? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Legends of Tomorrow Season 6 review series, where I'm going to be talking about episode 10, which I'm hoping is going to be a lot better than this one, but we'll see. So until next time, take care everybody and stay safe, and once again, thanks for listening.